Hey guys, what's going on today? BOJoeKO here, and we are back with our Vancouver Canucks BAGM mode commentary series. So in the last episode, we started off our year one simulation with the Vancouver Canucks, and not off to the greatest start, 10-13-1. I have turned off the automated rotate goalies off, so if there's going to be any problem with that, once again, hopefully we won't have to deal with that, but Ryan Miller is in the net. So what I think we're going to do is simulate some time here, go probably to the trade deadline, more than likely, and then see what the heck is going to happen with our team. So we're going to go at, are we going to go up a month again? Yeah, this is the beginning of January, yeah. So we're going to go up 2 months, actually we'll just do 1 month first. So we'll simulate up a month again, and we'll see how we are a month from now. So Ryan Miller is definitely going to be the main goaltender in net now that Eddie Lack is sitting. So I'm going to give him a 3-to-1 loss ratio. I'm going to try to see how quickly I could switch out these goaltenders in and out, but we'll see how quickly we can do it. But yeah, if we're not a good team by then, come trade deadline, we can definitely make some trades by the time the trade deadline comes. As for the type of players who we could possibly trade when the deadline comes, a lot of you guys were pretty reluctant to trade the Sedin twins, and honestly, I kind of agree with that. We need some high offense scoring players on our team, and the Sedins are really the only pretty much ones we got. And if we trade them, it's really just looking like a rebuild, and then we're going to look pretty weak going into next year, especially since we're going to have all young players. So I would want to maybe keep the Sedins again for next year, and then maybe trade them in another year or two, and then we could see where we are from there. But who knows what we could be. Guys who we could trade, though, a lot of you guys were saying guys like Kevin BX, Ryan Barbada, guys like that, who are a little bit up there in age, who we could trade for something a little bit younger-wise. All right, so we're getting some shootout losses. All right, scouting assignment's done. I'm going to switch Eddie Lack in for a game 2. Let's see. So we want to go to, let's go to the QMJHL for forward. It's actually now for defenseman for 3 weeks. Why not? That's kind of a low amount of time. All right, let me stop the simulation here. See how quickly it stops it. I'm going to put Eddie Lack in for this game. We'll see how quickly we can do this. Alright, so we want to go to manage rosters. And it's a lot of time to do that, not going to lie. Because it takes so long. It's seriously so long. I wouldn't be doing this if they, if they fixed up the automated rotate goalies again, but obviously they haven't done so. We could just, since we can't see the stats, we could always just do like play next game or simulate game and stuff like that, but it's easier just to do it from the calendar side. So we'll put Eddie Lack in for a couple games, see how he does. I'll just give him those like 2 games or the 3 games here for this entire week, and then we'll put Miller back in. Or we could just leave on automated rotate goalies on it, because if we still keep losing games, there's another 1-0 loss. So if we keep losing games here, doesn't really matter. I'll just turn automated rotate goalies back on again. We'll just let it do its thing. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be looking like a playoff team now. We're just losing too many games. I don't think we are going to be a playoff team. 12-17-8, yep, 12-18-3. Yeah, more than likely the Vancouver Canucks are not going to be a playoff team. So let me just go to league settings. Let's just go to league settings. Let's turn the automated rotate goalies back on, and we'll let the simulation take care of itself. All right, so more than likely we're not going to be a playoff team. We're the last team in this conference. It might be one of the worst teams in the NHL, to be perfectly honest. Us and San Jose are doing pretty shatty. All right, so we'll go to January here. Let's go all the way past the All-Star game. I don't know if they do anything special for the All-Star game in this installment of GM mode, but I don't play it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, and we're still going to be getting trades from all these teams because they want our young prospects for like older players. Nope, we're not going to be doing that. I'm just going to keep hitting decline every time I see them. 12-18-3. Just not our year, I guess. Just not our year. Yeah, Gianta, no. We already had like so many so many of the same teams coming at us with so many of the similar trades. It does only take one good month and to kind of flip our season around, but I'm kind of giving up here early on. 13, 18, and 3. Not the greatest record. As long as Nyquist can get some points, and he can still keep the Sedins at roughly a point a game. We just need some more. We need some more depth on this team. The third line, especially. We need to get some high-scoring third liners for the team, because Matthias and Cassian are definitely not going to be people that are going to put the puck in the net. And a guy like Yannick Hansen on the third line is not really helping it out either. Well, we have had points in our last 4 games. Scouting assignment's done. All right, let's see here. There's nothing really special to scout all those guys, so it's mainly just mainly these guys. All right, let's do the WHL again. We'll just do let's just do 6 weeks in the WHL. Just finish that one up. Okay, so yeah, we do have points in our last 4 games, but not going to help if we don't string some wins together. There's a win there against the Islanders. Possibly some easy teams here. Florida's having a good year, it looks like. And there's another regulation loss. Calgary's actually not doing too. Gaunts and Petit for Tanguay. Yeah, see, they want our really good potential players for these old, washed-up players. Back-to-back 1-0 losses, or back-to-back regulation losses by 1 goal. 14, 20, and 6. Yeah, we're not a good team. We're not a good team. I'll have to evaluate who possibly we can trade. So, Bieksa could be a guy that we trade. Yannick Hansen, Radim Verbata. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep the Sedins together. I think that's basically it on offense. Our second line's fairly young. It's mostly just the defense. Goaltending could be a question too. Do we trade a guy do we trade Ryan Miller is another big question we kind of have to ask. He is 89 overall. I don't know what his contract's like, but that could be a food for thought. I'll have to check it all out once the day or 2 before the trade deadline comes up. We can see exactly whose contract's up, who we could trade and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think we're a good team this year. We'll get them next year. We'll plan for the draft, even though we can't pick our players. Stock up on some picks. Hopefully the game will do a good job of picking some players for us. It'll be better, though, once for our second GM mode of NHL 15, when they implement the drafting system and all the other stuff that'll be associated with it. Yeah, we're just losing. Lots of games here. Up 16, 25, and 6. There's really no point for me to just continue to go here. Yeah, just go another month. Let's go up to the end of this month of February. Go to the end of the month of February, and then we'll check out all the stats. We'll check out all those stats, but yeah, just a lot of losses. And these teams really just need to stop coming at us with all these old people trades. I don't want this. Mazzaros and Gianta for Gaunts a third and Grenier. No, I'm not doing that, bud. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes when we lose games, we just get killed. Just get absolutely murdered in goals. Well, we could have the first overall pick, and maybe the computer won't be stupid enough to take McDavid if he actually is going to be the #1 overall pick. But who knows how good or bad or some other teams are. But I think it's a pretty bad record we have, 18, 26, and 6. It's probably one of the worst in the league, if I would have to guess. But it's all right. Usually, every team I pick in GM mode to start off the year is usually pretty bad. But going back to, I guess, some more reviews on NHL 15 while we wait for this slow-ass simulation to go by. 40, 12, and 2 Chicago Blackhawks. Holy shite. Back for some more just kind of mini reviews about NHL 15 so far. Mainly I've been playing Hut. That's about it. Other than Be a Pro, which I do for my series. Like I said, a lot of you guys really enjoy that. Rick DPH or goalie series, I enjoy making it as well. But other than that, there's really nothing much else to do in this game, just because of all the problems that it has. One can only withstand Hut for so much, you know. You can only withstand Hut for a good portion of the year. Like I said, Hut's going to be one of those games this game is just going to become very boring very fast. Even with the content updates, even with online versus play when they online versus play OTP when they implement that to the game. Yeah, it's going to be fun for a couple days, then yeah, it's going to get boring again. Especially since you can't create players, you have to play as players on the NHL teams. You know, it's just a filler game, honestly, for the big thing that's going to come next year. But yeah, I think we should have a pretty solid record to land us the #1 overall pick in the draft this year. I mean, 20, 31, and 8 is pretty decent. We're 11 games under 500. And now we're starting to pull some wins together. Of course we are. Wow. I like the computer trades, though, I like the trades that some of the computers, though, are giving to us. I like that aspect of GM a little bit. Okay, of course we win 3 games in a row. But yeah, still, even if we won through 3 games in a row, we are not a playoff team whatsoever. So we're 22, 31, and 8. Not a playoff team in the least bit. So we are going to definitely be sellers come the trade deadline. 22, 31, and 8. Only with, what, 40... Was that 44? Only with 50 points on the year, almost halfway through the season. So what is that? Through 61 games, we are at 50 points. So that's not really that's not good at all. That's actually pitiful. But what are you gonna do? All right, so let's go check out the stats and everything like that first, and then we'll kind of establish who you think we want to trade and what's gonna happen here. All right, so team stats is gonna take a while, obviously, but we'll just check it out. I'm just gonna check it out on our side. Relatively where we should be. All right, so goals for per game is at 2.31. That shouldn't be that great, I would think. The goals against per game 2.8, so that's not going to be that good either. So we're not scoring enough goals. We're letting in a lot of goals. Power plays at 14.78. Penalty kills at 80. And then obviously you can see we do have a positive record on the road, which is something at home we're just... Whew, man, home we are just crap on a stick, but away we're not that bad. We're at 500 team on the road, but then when we come home, we can't win at home. Vancouver fans must be pissed at us. All right, so here's the points so far. Both of the Sedin twins with 49 points apiece. Henrik Sedin does have over 40 assists, which actually is pretty good for him. Only 8 goals. Daniel Sedin does look like he is going to be a 30 goal scorer, which is nice. Gustav Nyquist kind of slowed down a good bit. He's only at 36 points now. Verbata's at 36. Johansson's at 30. Bonino's at 34. So once again, that second line's still doing a fairly good job. They're on pace for 50-point seasons. Nyquist is kind of the low one on that first line. Might be holding the Sedins back. You know, you might need a solid first line winger. But you know, this year with Nyquist on the first line could definitely help him out to become a first line forward. Maybe we move him and Verbata up and see what they could do with that. But Verbata could be a trading asset anyway. And then if we go down here, I'll just look at all players. Ham Hughes has 26, Eller has 18, BX has 17. Yeah, our defensemen have more points than some of our third liners. So Matthias, 15, Richardson, Hansen, Cassian, Tanev, Dorsett, Jeffrey, Stanton. Okay, and then if we look at goaltenders, Ryan Miller. Okay, so it does look like Ryan Miller is getting more starts once again. 14 and 18, 3 and 8 and 13. Jesus, can't even read. But yeah, Eddie Lack not having the greatest season ever. He actually increased in age, so his potential is over. Ryan Miller still has a .915 save percentage, which isn't bad. Eddie Lack is 1 under 9, which isn't that great. So that's what the team's looking like. All right, so now let's go to contracts and let's go see exactly who we can actually put on our trading block and what we should trade for. So this will be the episode where you guys can help out. All right, so let's go to our contract situation and let's look at these teams. Yeah, contracts coming up soon. Yeah, let's go look at this. because this will actually show us whose contracts are coming up soon. All right, so Marcus Johansson, we know we're going to re-sign him. Same thing with Nyquist, we know we're going to re-sign him. 2015-2016, right? Yeah, 2015-2016 season. Spezas is going to end up, but we know we're going to re-sign him. He's still 25. Tanev, we know we're going to re-sign him. He's still 25. Stanton is 25 as well. Lindevay, Jeffrey, possibly I don't know about him, but Jensen, we know about him. Weber, yeah, Cordaro. I'm just trying to look for the big names that are here, that are coming up, 25, 2016. Anybody with a really big name coming up? Don't think so. I don't think there's anybody who's a huge name that's coming up that their contract ends next year. All right, so let's go look at the whoops. Let's go look at the goaltenders. All right, so Ryan Miller signed a $6 million a year for 3 more years. So we have him for 3 more years at age 34. He's an 89 overall goaltender. I still think, all things considered, that we still keep Ryan Miller around. We need a solid number 1 goaltender, and him being an 89, he might drop a little bit in the offseason, but he'll still be a relatively high overall goalie, high 80s, so we'll still want to keep him around. Who knows, Alak could get a nice little jump too. And, you know, if he does get a nice little jump, we could trade him in the offseason, but goaltending, we're not going to touch. We're going to leave Eddie Lack and Ryan Miller where they are. All right, so defensemen now. Who are the defensemen that we could possibly trade coming this trade deadline? Kevin Bieksa is one of those guys. I would think Kevin Bieksa, yes. Dan Hamhuis, no. Just because Hamhuis is still 88 overall at age 32, it's a good age for him. But a guy like Bieksa, 85, 33, you know, we can get something back for Kevin Bieksa, no doubt. Get rid of his contract. Same thing with Edler. Edler we're going to keep, even though it's a $5 million contract. He's only 28, and he's at 85 overall. Still is a great top 4 defenseman. But Bieksa would be one of the players that we could trade. Yannick Weber, he's not even playing. But then Spezza, Tanev, and Stanton, all 3 of these guys we're going to keep because they're still all under the age of 26. So we definitely want to re-sign 3 of those guys. So if I have any of the defensive guys, Kevin Bieksa would be one of the players that we trade. All right, right wingers. Verbata definitely we would put on the block as well. Could probably get something decent back for Ryan Verbata, second line winger. Definitely could get some back for him, 33 years old at $5 million. We can loosen up some cap with him. Dorsett, no. Yannick Hansen, if we can trade him, I'm fine with that. I can bring up Jensen, let him play on the NHL team. That's whatever. And then Johansson and Cassian, obviously we're going to keep them around. Left wingers. Sedin's staying. I'm officially saying that right now. Daniel Sedin and Henrik Sedin are going to stay on this team until next year. Because I feel like also that the Sedins are another one of those players where, you know, you kind of want to keep them on the entire team and have them retire with your team through the whole entire franchise. Because they are still 88 overall. I mean, $7 million, it would be hard to move their contracts at the trade deadline at the trade deadline. I would have to retain cap if I wanted to actually try to make some of these trades go through with them, but I don't think I have enough cap. I don't think teams will have enough cap room to take $7 million each from both the Sedins, so that's not going to happen. So Daniel and Henrik will definitely stay here for another year. Jeffrey, Sestito, and Nyquist obviously are going to stay for right now, I guess. And then centers, Henrik Sedin staying. Brad Richardson could be a player that maybe goes. Sean Matthias could be a question mark as well. He is 27. Yeah, you guys will have to let me know if what you think about Sean Matthias, but then obviously Nick Bonino will stay as well. So there's the possible trading assets for the Vancouver Canucks. We have Sean Matthias possibly, Radim Verbata, and Kevin Bieksa. So those are the 3 guys that will be on our trading block. I actually can probably put those guys onto my trading block if I can edit it around. I'll go put them on the trading block, and you know, you guys can go suggest some players for which we could trade for. Let me go show you guys what their trade values are actually worth first, and then I'll go put those players on the trading block. All right, so let's go edit our trading blocks. All right, so let's remove this asset, remove them. All right, so we're going to put Kevin Bieksa. We're going to put Radim Verbata, and we're going to put Sean Matthias. All right, so those are our 3 people that will be added to the trade block, and there are the trading values right in there, but I'll show you guys one more time, just a little bit in depth. Where are they? So BX's is right there. BX and Ram Verbata both have the exact same trade value, 85 overall, 33 years old. So their trade values are fairly equal. And Sean Matthias' trade value is down there. So with Verbata and BX, we can probably get a decent player or a draft pick of some sort in return for it. I would like another first-round pick, but even though we do have a first-round pick this year, which probably will be a high, more than likely a top 5 pick. So maybe we can get another few draft picks in there with BX, Verbata, and Matthias. So this is where I'm going to leave it there today, guys. I want you to probably suggest some players for us. What do you think that this Vancouver Canuck team needs using those assets, BX, Verbata, and Matthias? I just put Matthias on the trade block. I don't have to trade him, but, you know, if the offer's there, I wouldn't be against trading Sean Matthias because then we have some rookie guys that we can bring up. So the 22, 31, and 8 Vancouver Canucks are in full sell mode come the trade deadline. So let me know what you guys think that we should go after and trade for. Come the trade deadline. So that's where I'm going to leave it off there today, guys. Let me know what your suggestions are in the comments below. Other than that, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys next time.